Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Right, deep space. Let's do this. So we have to fight in space here, and this is a little bit confusing me the first time you do it. I like to do one attack and then guard when I'm up close. When I'm not up close, I generally try to do a little bit more. But if you commit to too much, you're going to get hit. And this boss is going to punish you really heavily. So I counter punch him. Oh wow, he still hit me. That sucked. Best case scenario is if he's nowhere near you. But like a lot of bosses in this game, it can be really tough to see what he's doing. And if you can't see what he's doing, that's when you're going to get your arsehole stretched. But it can be very quick once you know what you're doing. I think as you come out of the blocking, you get like an iframe to attack, and sometimes you can interrupt him. On my level 1 playthrough, I no damaged that fight, but just then, of course, not so lucky. Right, so that's not the last we're going to see of that boss. He is in fact the boss of this level as well. He's one of those bosses too that has an attack which I really dislike, and due to that attack it makes me not really enjoy the fight too much. It's a lot like the crazy machine that Terra has to put up with. I don't even know what kind of machine it is. It's like a sewing machine in the very first level of Terra's campaign. That creature has a running attack that locks onto you and it can multi-hit you, and it's really difficult to avoid. And this creature has a spinning attack that you saw in space that he does when we're not, of course, in space, and then it's really difficult to avoid. But the trick to it, well, the way that I deal with it, is I put the middle pillar between us, and that proves to be quite useful. And the fight itself then becomes more a case of patience than any real skill, because it's just playing defensive, getting your openings and punishing. But for some reason I don't really like these levels. I think the Lilo and Stitch level's probably my least favourite in the game, and it's got great music. It's not that it's boring or anything. There's something about it when I get to it where I'm not as eager to do it as I am everything else. It's just one of those things, I guess. There's something about it that I don't enjoy as much as I do the other levels. And sometimes it can be quite a difficult place, depending on when you come here and what level you are. Please don't transform. Motherfucker! Should have bounced him when I had the chance. Interesting, it didn't let me do my counter. And I took a hit for it. Awesome. Yeah, you know that the difficulty's upped a little bit level-wise when the standard enemies are taking a big beating from a command style. But speaking of commands, let's have a look at them. Got an extra one to drop something in. That's 2, or I'd put it in. Ooh, stopper. I always like to try and use spells like stopper on bosses, just to see if you can. Because it's one of those things, you never know unless you try, or unless you Google it, and Googling always comes secondary to me. And if a boss is susceptible, it just makes it so easy. Which you're hopefully going to find out when you take on a good old Captain Hook. But I thought we took Zack on, so just imagine if we don't even take Hook on. Ooh, lightning guy really hurt me. Need to be careful. Need to stop them before I attack them, because it's a little dangerous. Go on, unstop, please, so he dies. Thank you. This is it. The Wing Blade. Probably my favourite command style with Ventus, or maybe my favourite one in general, because this move, it looks cool. It's like Swords of Revealing Light, and it does big damage too, which is pretty much all you can really ask out of anything in the game. But I think that's the end. But I think there's only a few levels left after this. There's Neverland, and then I think it's Keyblade Graveyard. And the good thing about having Super Glide for Keyblade Graveyard is you can skip all those tornado fights. And those tornado fights are the toughest part of that place, pretty much, because the bosses, they're difficult, but once you learn them, they're really not so bad. Although, like anything else, you can still have difficulty on a boss even though you know how they work and they're not particularly difficult. Because if you try and get greedy or you get impatient, the punishments come quick and fast. Which is two different ways of saying the same thing. Zero Gravira. That turns the gravity off, so we can proceed. I think we came in there, didn't we? So we want to, if we can, do some jumping. I like this aspect of this level. I think it should have been more this and less everything else, because there's hardly any platforming in this game. So I think the platforming is really good because you've not done too much of it. Did that? Oh, you can't touch it when there's fights. I get it. Oh, wow. Sucker punch me, bro. Not very nice. Anyway. I guess we'll not be touching that machine. Probably need it to get to the top anyway. I'm not too confident in my ability to jump too high without it. However, I am confident to get that. Oh, and I did not do my stickers. Which I guess I can quickly do on the other side of this room. Something I haven't really showed off because I think it's kind of dumb. You place stickers, the maximum points is 7 points, and every so often you get rewards for doing so, but the stickers don't have to go where you would want them to go if you were actually making a sticker, because the game is kind of drunk like that, so you can have the worst looking sticker book ever and still get full points for it. Which I find baffling. But don't question it, just kind of go with it. Get them 3 points. However, the stuff it's giving me, I could really care less about. Yeah, I don't even like Collision Magnet, it winds me up. So, disappointing stickers, but... Ooh, are these deadly? These are deadly. These are assholes. So you want to be really careful here because there are turrets and the turrets are very, very dangerous. For some reason, they can kill you even when you're guarding if you get unfortunate. I know, because it's happened to me in this fucking recording. Parried these things a million times, and yet that dude just murdered me. Very strange. And the last one hit me when I tried to finish it off, which is frustrating, but what can you do? But yeah. I died really fast, anybody who's wondering. Looks like it's going to be a map. Oh, Xehanort report. Makes sense, I guess. So there's 2 more turrets down here. There's also a fight if you step into the middle. Which, of course, we're probably going to need to do. Fire Surge. All that for a fleeting crystal. Don't hit me, please. Right, boss time. So, you've got an idea of how this guy fights, because he does the same moves he did when we were fighting him on the bike. Which is to say, he's going to charge at us like this. And he's going to attach himself to that. So at this point, you can use, what's his face, Stitch, but it would seem that Stitch is not doing what he normally does, to make it easy for us to use him. So, is he going to spin? Oh, he's doing the lightning thing. So all you have to do here, guys, is it's just like hide and seek, or TIG, sorry, when you were kids, or tag, because everybody says it fucking different, dialects and all that. Just put something between you and the problem, and you win. Is the general consensus here. If he goes up like this, he's going to attach himself to the top part. Unless you can jump up there, you want to wait for Stitch to help you, and I can't get the fucking lock-on off. So just wait for this dude, throw him up. He'll interfere with the boss. Stopper does not work, but I'm trying it anyway, and I've got it on, so... Right, this is the dangerous one, but you'll notice he can be interrupted by Stitch. Stitch is really useful for this bit. Also, crawling fire is great here if you can get it on the boss. However, I've just given you a really compelling example of how exactly not to do that, because that did not work, and he's going up top again. And he wants me to do the thing. I'm gonna waste. Oh, here he comes. I'm gonna take damage here. No, I'm not. I could recover. That was awesome. I expected maybe death then. Lock on broke, so my crawling fire just got fucked. It's really disappointing. Ooh, it didn't reach. I suppose I should have expected that. So he goes invisible. Can't really remember what he does except for attach himself to the tower again. Not really good invisibility when I can still lock onto you, you daft bugger. So Stitch knows where he is because Stitch is all powerful. This tower's taking a beating. Ooh. Look at that, that's some serious damage going there. And it interrupted him. Normally I would be charging Firestorm here and I'd unleash the Firestorm on him, but it hasn't been that kind of fight, apparently. Get him! Oh, it missed! This is really close, unnecessarily so. There's no reason for this to have been this close. Fucking die, bitch. It didn't really go my way, I guess. But we did it, and that's the main thing.